Tired of those sneaky submarines turning your epic World of Warships battles into endless ping parties? What if I told you there are 5 simple fixes that could make subs fun for everyone without breaking the game? Stick around because today we're fixing submarines for good. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Normal Guy of the North here. Today we're taking a deep dive, pun intended, into submarines. They were added to bring stealth and ambush gameplay to the surface ship sandbox. Years later, they remain the most polarizing class. On average, subs don't dominate win rates across tiers, but they do dominate complaints, especially when multiple subs appear per side and matches turn into who blinks first stalemates. Over time, updates have tried to improve counterplay with changes to detection, torpedo options, and dive capacity pacing. Yet many players still report clunky destroyer interactions, awkward carrier dynamics, and multi-sub matches that feel chaotic rather than tactical. So here are 5 practical, tunable fixes that keep submarines interesting for people who enjoy them, while making fights feel fair and readable for everyone else. Think of these as design principles the devs could dial up or down. Alright, let's fix submarines. Problem: after a sonar ping, acoustic homing torpedoes guide themselves. Even with counters, many surface players experience it as inevitable damage, which discourages pushing and proactive play. Change: keep acoustic homing only for sub versus sub duels, where both sides are using underwater information tools. Against surface ships, submarine torpedoes become manual aimed skill shots. To maintain competitiveness, slightly buff standard torpedo alpha and slightly widened firing arcs, so good leads and ambush setups are rewarded. Why it helps: surface ships regain clear counterplay, read the spread, change speed, and juke at the right moment. Submains still have unique dual tool underwater, but surface damage now relies on positioning, timing, and map sense, a higher quality skill test. Subs play like the game's true underwater torpedo destroyers rather than automated guidance platforms. Problem: most destroyers, the intended ASW hunters, either gamble at dangerous ranges or rely on guessy team airstrikes. Casual players also struggle to translate current cues into confident actions. Change: give all destroyers a baseline submarine surveillance consumable. Short range, short duration, meaningful cooldown. It's actionable information, not a perma reveal. Upgrade hydroacoustic cues to communicate bearing plus depth band, shallow/periscope/deep, rather than an exact coordinate. Keep cruisers and battleships in support roles for anti-submarine warfare unless specifically equipped. Preserve class identity. Why it helps: DDs can find and fix subs without suicidal face checks. Teams get actionable intel to line up airstrikes and forward ASW patterns. Subs still break contact with smart timing and terrain, but can't farm uncertainty indefinitely. Problem: traditional depth charges require passing directly overhead of a sub. In practice, many subs can outpace or outturn stern patterns, turning hunts into frustrating near misses and long chases. Change: introduce Hedgehog launchers to destroyers and light cruisers. A forward-firing contact pattern at short standoff range, roughly 1 to 1.5 kilometers, modest splash, longer reload, depth band tuning, and clear telegraph. Why it helps: hunters can predict and punish where the sub will be, not where it was. Light cruisers contribute to anti-submarine warfare without YOLOing over a contact. The result is a clean, readable minigame of prediction versus evasion that resolves faster and feels fairer. Keep reloads meaningful and patterns telegraphed so subs can outplay bad predictions. Depth band tuning ensures the right counter rewards the right read. Problem: extended underwater pursuits often stalemate. Subs maintain just enough gap to invalidate stern patterns, while hunters spend minutes chasing with little payoff. Meanwhile, subs sometimes feel forced to surface too soon during a careful approach. Change: trim submerged speeds a bit across the class so ASW ships can realistically close when they read the line correctly. Modestly increase battery capacity so subs can plan short, decisive strike windows and still have a credible disengage if set up well. Optional tuning: scale battery drain with speed and pinging, aggression, and sprinting cost battery, forcing strategic choices. Why it helps: fewer infinite kites, more decisive engagements. Subs become intentional: slow approach, timed strike, planned exit. ASW hunters feel rewarded for good reads because they can actually finish the job. Optional escape tool: max depth silent run. Briefly reduces detectability by active tools, but leaves the sub truly blind. No spotting, no mini-map updates until ascending. It's an escape valve, not a farming mode. Problem: frustration spikes come from class stacking and misaligned incentives. 2 subs per side compound pressure and confusion. Score/XP often over-rewards cleanup damage and under-rewards what subs should do best. Angle pressure and intel. Change. Hard cap randoms/ranked at 1 submarine per team. Special modes and PvE can run their own rules. Adjust the economy so subs earn base XP for team play pressure, forcing damage control while manual spreads are threatening. Effective periscope depth spotting that leads to allied hits. Torpedo denial spreads that force, heavy course changes at close range. Cap logic, full cap power at the surface, reduced at periscope, none while deep. If you want to flip a circle, you take risk, just like a DD exposing to radar. Why it helps: you reduce match swinginess at the Q level. You reward high skill, low salt sub behavior. Scouting, timing, crossfires. Everyone gets a clearer tempo. Push counter, punish reset. Practical scenarios how this feels. Scenario 1, hydro and surveillance coordination, no pings on surface. You're in a cruiser pushing a flank. Your destroyer teammate pops submarine surveillance and calls, bearing 070 degrees, periscope depth, after spotting a faint periscope wake inside 6 kilometers. A moment later, you see a manual torpedo fan incoming, no homing. Because you got bearing plus depth band early, you angle and juke on cue. Your light cruiser teammate predicts the sub's escape path and throws a hedgehog cone slightly ahead of the wake. The sub dives deeper and turns late. 2 contacts explode near its bow. Outcome: clear intel, confident evasion, standoff, punish. Everyone understands why it worked and no sonar ping on a surface ship was needed. Scenario 2, the disciplined sub strike. You're in a sub stalking a battleship group. You slow to conserve battery, skirt island cover to avoid plane cones, and time a manual fan on a kiting BB. Your spreads force 2 ships to swing out. Your BBS crossfire the now broadside cruiser. You popped a periscope briefly for a clean spot, then disengage. The battered cushion makes the exit viable. Outcome: you contributed angle denial and intel, not just damage, and the economy recognizes that. Scenario 3, the cap contest. A sub tries to flip B while deep. Under the cap rules, progress is reduced or paused, so they surface briefly to finish the tick. Your team predicts the window. DD pushes with surveillance. Cruiser sets the hedgehog cone. BB readies an airstrike. Outcome: predictable timing windows both sides can play around. Healthier pacing, fewer gotcha flips. Quick Q and A question. Won't manual only torps make subs too hard for beginners? Answer: not if aim tools mirror torp DDs and arcs are slightly wider. Beginners learn the same fundamentals DD mains use. Veterans get higher skill expression. Question: why not give cruisers permanent sub radar? Answer: class identity. Let DDs be the hunters, with cruisers supporting, through tools like Hedgehog and airstrikes. Question: why 1 sub per team? Answer: class stacking multiplies confusion and frustration. 1 per side preserves variety without overwhelming readability. Question: what about PvE/operations? Answer: separate rule sets are fine. PvE can keep current conveniences. PvP benefits from clarity and counterplay. 5 fixes to make submarines balanced, fun, and fair. Homing only for sub via sub. Manual shots versus surface ships with small buffs to damage dark arcs. Standard submarine surveillance for DDs and better hydro Qs, bearing plus depth band. Hedgehog-style forward ASW so hunts resolve without YOLOing. Repaced underwater gameplay, slightly slower submerged, slightly larger batteries, optional speed-based drain, macro sanity, 1 sub per team, and economy that rewards pressure, intel, and cap risk, not just cleanup damage. Which one would you ship first? Tell me in the comments, especially if you're a sub or DD main. I read everything and I'm always looking for smart counter arguments. Thanks for watching, I do appreciate it, and please feel free to click on the videos on your screen for more World of Warships content. But as always, take care, stay safe, and I wish you all the best. See you in the next one, and bye for now.